And so when I come into Bitcoin, and actually I just want to start on the tether dominance, I've been talking about this 4.3% level and this yellow trend line for however long, right? This historic trend line from 2000, God knows what, 18. And we've just always bounced off it and we broke it and we back tested it. I just continually kept saying to everybody, like, don't buy anything. Like, even today, everybody's like, yeah, that's it. Bitcoin, crypto's over when we're up here. But now we're here. Everyone's like, yeah, I need to buy. Why are you not buying here? It's worth taking the risk at the actual resistance level than buying down here. Like, I've just been continually singing the same thing. And obviously, I'm getting all these sick entry points. And everyone's like, how does he do it? It's because I know where the levels are. And I've given the levels. It's not as if I'm not doing I'm practicing what I preach. It's not as if I'm telling you guys one thing and I'm doing the other. I'm literally doing what I'm saying I'm doing. It's there on the tin for everybody to see. And the difference between you and me, or you and other good traders, is that good traders and even better investors, they know conviction and they know patience. Buying red candles is a very difficult skill, but you have to do it one day. Don't buy these stupid green candles. You'll end up with big red dildo sticks. And that is the truth. And so with Bitcoin on the point of control, what I was possibly hoping, and I sent actually a screenshot, which was, if we come down, we're going to come down to this zone here, which is a massive weekly support region on the point of control. Like, if I show you, maybe on a weekly chart, this is weekly support, like massive weekly support here at 89k. But in actuality, we're just staying and we've gone sideways this whole time. And so when I'm looking at Bitcoin, it's just acting again in this particular zone and bouncing off it. Now, the real test is whether we come up and we break through this point of control, and we need impulsive moves. Otherwise, this is just a relief rally. And what might happen is we might go to the white line or we might go to the orange line, and then we might finally come back and break it. In reality, what we need to come up here, back test, and then come up here and break. That's what we're looking for. And that's why a lot of traders like myself, smart ones, will just buy here and now we'll just wait. Stop loss at entry, not lost anything. Let's wait. Let's just wait. See what happens. Is there enough demand to smash through this or not? And one of the biggest things that I keep also yapping on about is the SPX, right? The SPX has this gap to fill and has this gap to fill now. So it's got two gaps to fill. And also at the point of control, it's bounced off the point of control 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now 8 times off this point of control and used it as support. And that's very, very big support that it's using. So we have to be aware of what's going on with the SPX and on the smaller time frame, because now there's a gap to fill here and there's a big gap to fill here. So we know at some point those gaps are going to get filled to the upside. When that happens, I don't know. But that's why I'm perma bullish and why you should be perma bullish. And also, if I look at the 20 EMA, I think we're now at the 50 EMA where we just hit. And yeah, now we're bouncing off it and we're rejecting it currently. If we go into the weekly, we're somewhat near that weekly 20 EMA on the SPX. So we're nearly there, basically, is what I'm trying to get at. And ultimately, watching alts and the same level, like, I've not changed anything from my levels. They're literally the same levels that I gave you, which is 58.49. We rejected from there on Thursday and on Friday. And then now we're just hovering in this zone. Could we go up higher? Yes, we could. I'm not disputing that. But what I will say is, from last week, we got a rejection and we came back in, and we got a rejection there. And so alts have had a little bit of a pump, and they're doing well today, to be fair. So you got to remember, all these alts were at red earlier on today. They were all getting -3, -4%. And now basically the majority of them are at green. And so what we do, and if you follow what I do, and again, not financial advice, this is what I do. I just buy red candles. And especially when Bitcoin is at key support or resistance levels, like here, for instance, it's here, 4.44%. Man, the risk to reward ratio is, if I get knocked out here, my stop loss is at 4.51. That's a hit worth taking, because at 4.42, we've come down to 4.28%. So I've gained all of that, obviously inversely correlated to Bitcoin. I've gained all that as a profit, taking out my initials, taking a bit for profit, and let the rest run and see where it goes. That's all you need to do. It's not rocket science. I break it down and I follow the charts and the price action. Again, could Bitcoin capitulate? Yes, there is a scenario that it could capitulate. It could come back down all the way down to the 88 region and come and hit the spider line. And even on the parabolic chart that we had, it could come back here, you know. But right now we're just going sideways. And Bitcoin is showing a lot of demand, and we can't negate that fact. That's really important that we don't ignore it, because Bitcoin is holding this level very, very well. And so that's all there is to it, guys. Just buy, again, not financial advice, buy where the key support levels are on the higher time frames. And remember, we're in a bull market. The bull market's only going to last another, 3 to 4 months max, in my opinion, the first big wave anyway. And I keep wondering, like, why do people ignore the fact we're in a bull market? We're not in a bear market. We're actually near the take profit region, which is, end of Jan. And you could argue it could go all the way up into September. I think it will. I think there will, but I think there'll be a similar cycle like this, where we have the first take profit up here, we come down in July, and then we have one more blast up in September, like that. And I don't think it's going to replicate this cycle, which was the 2017 cycle. I think it's going to replicate last cycle. We come up in January, we have our alt season till about February, March, finish, bang, done. And then we have a massive crash, about 40% crash. And then we come back up in September, and then that's the end of the cycle, in my opinion. That's the way that I see it. Okay, guys, hopefully you enjoyed and you've got some good wisdom out of it, and I'll catch you in the next one.